Well, Matt was saying the other day that everything Christian does on and off the field is A+. We've seen what he's done on the field the last couple of weeks, but what is he like on a day-to-day basis around here?
Yeah, I mean, I think Christian's very consistent with what he does. You know, he comes in here, has the right mindset, he works. Not a guy that complains, you know what I mean? Just comes in here, puts the work in, and goes and makes plays on Sunday. So I would just say he's very consistent.
I know you're obviously not a receiver, but I think the first 6 games of the season, he had like 14 total targets. How difficult do you think that is for a receiver to just not complain, just go about his business every day?
Yeah, I think it's very difficult. You know, I think as a receiver, obviously, you want to be the guy getting those targets, getting the rock thrown your way. And obviously, there's so much that goes into the position with doing a great job blocking, different things like that. So, you know, when you do a good job blocking, you obviously want to be rewarded with the ball. And, you know, when it's not, you're not getting the amount of targets you might want, you know, there could definitely be some frustration there. But Christian, you know, who he is. He's a team guy, you know, puts the goals and the wins and things like that of the team over his, you know, personal stuff. So, you know, deep down he definitely wants the ball and wants it, but he's never a guy that's going to, you know, complain about that.
Why has it been different these last 5 games? Which I guess is another way to ask, why has the deep ball with him been so on point recently?
Yeah, I think it's just something we've been working, and we've been doing a good job to get those reps in practice, trying to hit on some of those deep balls. But just continue to gel together, understand where he's going to be with a guy with his speed, understanding where I need to put the ball out for him. And I think he's doing a great job just making plays. You know, he's making some contested catches, and honestly, he's blazing by some people with just using his speed.
When you complete a ball downfield, don't want it to be challenged.
You said what? Don't want it to be challenged?
So you hurry down there. Who makes that decision? How was the play called? Do you have like a menu of plays for that situation or one play? How's that go?
Yeah, we have a couple we call kind of like hurry up tempo on the ball plays that we can get to, you know, and that'll usually be Matt or Connor, anybody that's kind of upstairs and sees that it might be a close call or anything, and just want to be able to jump and try and get it off before you know, they can review or the other team can challenge. But we have a couple different plays we get to.
Jordan, how much? Jordan, how much physically better are you feeling, and how much is that just helping with what we're seeing from you out there on the field?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot better physically. You know, not really dealing with any lingering injuries. So it feels good being out there, and you know, it definitely helps being 100%, not having to worry about anything, being out there on the field.
Do you feel that difference though, like compared to when you were fighting and out there trying to fight through that pain you were feeling?
Definitely. You know, anytime, there's always going to be little injuries, little bumps and bruises, but anytime, yeah, dealing with a significant injury, you know, you're conscious of it, and there's some things that you might be limited doing. So, you know, being where I'm at now, feeling a lot better physically, not really dealing with any of those lingering things, I feel good being on the field.
Jordan, Matt just told us that he feels like you're playing your best ball right now, which is saying something considering how well you played towards the end of last year. Is there anything that looks or feels different for you right now and the way you're playing compared to when you were in the hot this season?
No, I think you know, I think you look at how we played last year towards the end, and now I think it's pretty similar. You know, the main thing for me is just take care of the ball, being smart with it, going out there, finding completions, just continuing to stack those positive plays. You know, I think that's when we're at our best, is when we don't put ourselves in bad positions on offense with those 3rd and longs and some of those just difficult situations to convert on and stay on the field. So I think when we're doing that, we're running the ball well, and guys are just making plays for me on the outside. It makes life easy, but I think the biggest thing is just stacking those positive plays, being efficient, and being able to drive the ball down the field, put up points, and staying out of those tough situations.
For you, Josh, has been able to run the ball early in games, has affected some of those opening drives. How much of a tone setter has that been for you, given that today's best start so far?
It's been very huge for us. You know, I think we always talk about starting the game off fast, and anytime you can just hand the ball to a guy and run the ball down the field, you know, I definitely think it sets kind of the tempo of the game, and you know, defense got to figure out how they're going to make adjustments. You know, they're going to try and load the box and stop the run going forward. So there's a lot of things that come out with it, but I think it's it's also a mentality. I think it gives everybody from the O-line to running backs, everybody just confidence. When you can come out and start the game hot, just pounding the ball in the run game.
It took a few weeks to really see this evolution with Josh in the receiving game. We saw what he could do, run the ball right out of the gate. What's clicked there? You talked about finding completions. What's clicked there between you and Josh in the passing game?
Yeah, I think it's something that's kind of been around. I think ever since he got here, we noticed early that he's a really good pass catcher. But I think just some of the plays we're dialing up, getting some play action shots, and just creating a lot of separation between the third and second level on defense, and just getting him kind of the ball in some space right there and making him miss has been huge. But I think that just goes back to early on there might have been some more shots that we were taking and not taking those, completions and just checking the ball down. So just learning through that and getting him the ball as many times as we can. But, I think there's never been a doubt that he can catch the ball, but I think just getting him the rock and making him miss open tackles and things like that in space has been huge.
Are you finding yourself looking to him quicker on your drops than maybe early in the season? Like it's not there initially.
There's sometimes, yeah. I think it really depends on what the play is called, what coverage we're getting, and then sometimes if it just feels like we might be getting pressure up front or it might be a little muddy, not a clean pocket, I'll try and find those checkdowns. So sometimes I've been getting there a little quicker.
Sunday night, third quarter, you had a play where a linebacker came right in over the A gap, over Jenkins' shoulder, and you were able to dump it off to Jacobs. Remember that? I think it was third quarter. Dump off to Jacobs about 4 yards.
Don't remember.
It was your reaction to see that pressure coming right up the middle, untouched. I wonder if you would have seen that a year ago. Do you think you're picking up those things better each game?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a feel being in the pocket, feeling some of these pressures, feeling if a D-line wins against one of our blockers. So there's definitely a feel part of that, and then it just comes down to knowing where your checkdowns are out, knowing where those easy completions are when there is a breakdown of protection. And it's definitely something I've gotten better at and done a better job of just feeling where those guys are at and where I can get these positive plays. But that's definitely a field thing I've got better at.
Mike, I asked you a minute ago about your level of play. Do you feel like this is the best you've played?
Yeah, I feel like I'm playing at a decent level. I think there's definitely some stuff I can clean up and play even better, So I think there's still a lot more out there, but it's not bad right now, I guess.
So if you're playing decent and not bad, what is that feeling like when you go out like on Sunday against Seattle, where they're playing really well, but you are too? Is there just a different feeling with you in the passing game when you're clicking like you have been, than when you go into a game it's like, whatever the challenge is, you guys are good enough to beat it?
Yeah, I think as an offense, as a skill group, we have confidence whoever we go against, and it just comes down to control we control and making those plays. But we're confident that whoever we're going to go against, we're going to make plays out there. And I don't think a lot of teams have been able to stop us. I feel like we stop ourselves. But like I said, there's still so much out there for us that I feel like we can be even better and take this offense to another level with just hitting on so many more plays. But I think there's still a lot out there for us.
I guess to bounce off that a little bit, Jordan, you mentioned in that second half of the last game, of those 8 possessions, just 1 touchdown. Was there a trend or anything that maybe stood out that you guys were trying to fix to make sure you kind of have more success in the second half?
You're saying like this week going forward?
Yeah.
No, like I said, it just comes down to executing, making plays, and I feel like second half we just had a lack of that. We weren't making those same plays we were making in the first half. So it just comes down to staying focused throughout the whole game. No matter what the score is, just not taking anything for granted and just staying locked in and keeping our foot on the gas.
Jordan, flashing back to your first home start ever against the Saints opponent this week, what do you think having that type of comeback meant with the whole young group around you, growing together and having that store as an experience for you?
That game definitely meant a lot to everybody in the locker room, and I think it just showed our ability to stay together. Obviously, it was not a great game, not a great start for us. And I think just everybody staying together and nobody flinching, being down 17 and being able to come back and just chip away at that lead and take it one play at a time. I think it helped us going forward and gave everybody that mindset that no matter what the situation is, what the score might be, that we can come back from anything. So I think that definitely helped us a lot.
Is there any benefit to, or do you prefer to take the ball first, so if Matt decides he wants to receive if you win the toss, do you prefer to have the ball first, or is there any benefit to maybe just calming down, being on the sideline watching the defense play, and then you come out after that? Which do you prefer?
I like taking the ball. I like going down because I think it's a great way to start if we can take the ball, go down, and score right away. So I think, I feel like that's when we're at our best is when we do that. Obviously, you got to go out there and execute and put up those points on that opening drive. But I like when we take the ball.
What's it like when you go settle and you're on the sideline and you got to just wait?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's just, you're not always going to get the ball, so just wait. Hopefully the defense is able to get a stop right there, but just know that we'll be getting the ball here soon.
And what's been the biggest difference with just taking care of the football better lately? Are you seeing things better? Are you more accurate? What do you think has led to just taking care of the ball better?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just decision making, just being smarter when I have the ball in my hands, understanding that, I think obviously we win a lot of games when we take care of the ball and win the ball. So I think the defense is doing a great job of generating those turnovers, but it all starts on offense, just being able to play a clean game and take care of the ball. But it's definitely been a focus, just making smarter decisions with it.
By all means, disagree if you see it differently, but this seems like the second straight year that mid-season your game has hit another level.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about that time of year where things kind of click in for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's everybody. I think as an offense, we just kind of start settling in, and I do think there's a lot of plays early on that we just don't click on, and it might just be haven't had that rep, or we just learn and grow from these experiences and different looks. But I think we just start gelling a lot more as a team and hitting on some of these plays that we miss on. But I think there's so many experiences that throughout the course of the season we learn and grow from, and I think like you said, just it starts with me playing clean, taking care of the ball, making great decisions, and just getting these guys to rock. But there's definitely a trend, and I just want to keep getting better throughout the course of the season.
Jordan, this New Orleans defense is coming in here. They got a little sacks last week. If I'm not mistaken, in the last 3 games, that first play against Detroit, I think is the only time you've been sacked in the last 3 weeks. So just curious your thoughts on this matchup there, the Saints pass rush against your pass protection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be a good matchup. They definitely have a solid D-line, and some good guys over there that do a good job rushing the passer. Like you said, they had a lot of success with the sacks. So just something that you got to be conscious of. But, our O-line's been doing a great job, keeping me protected, giving me enough time. And it's one of those things I got to do a great job, too, just being able to get the ball out of my hands quick and make great quick decisions and not be holding it too long, because obviously the sack that we did have against Detroit, I think just holding the ball too long, it puts a lot of stress on the O-line right there. So I got to do a great job for those guys.
2 more.
Jordan, what's it like now knowing that compared to last year where you guys were fighting until the end to get in that postseason, knowing now a win Monday gets you there?
Yeah, it feels a lot better. Definitely a different situation. Obviously, still got to win, and I would talk about it all the time. Take it 1 week at a time, but definitely is a better position than having to try and win every game and fighting for that last position, not knowing what might happen. So, I think we did a better job this season, winning some games early on and putting ourselves in a better position. But we still got to go finish the season off the right way, and take it 1 week at a time and just set ourselves up to be in a good place when playoffs do get going.
The weather on Monday could be very similar to today. What's the biggest challenge to playing in the snow, and how much did today kind of maybe help you prepare for that?
Yeah, no, going back, we practice in this all the time, these elements, so it's a good day for us to be out there in the snow playing in what might be the elements on Monday. So, there's some challenges that come with footing and cutting for guys, but being out there, I think, gives us a little bit of those extra reps of just getting your mind right for what it's going to be like, and obviously throwing and catching. But who knows what it's going to be like? You got to get your mind right to go out there and play for whatever. But I think we're getting a little bit more experience than they might be getting.
When you turn a false start like Sunday night, you get Myers to snap and Tucker Kraft on the same page. Talk about how that's become a Green Bay thing, and how much do you credit what Aaron did for you?
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that it's been a staple in the offense since I've been here. And that's credit to Aaron and just the work that they've done with it. But it's definitely an advantage and a tool that we practice all the time. And you know, when we do get the defense to jump, it's a credit to Josh to be able to snap the ball and you know, be able to get that play off so we can take advantage of you know, turning a free extra 5 yards into a big play. So it's something that we spend a lot of time on in practice, and it's definitely fun when it comes to life in the game and we can execute it. And obviously, you know, Tuck making a big time play, big time catch, kind of boxing a guy out and turning that free extra 5 yards into a big explosive play.
Getting those guys to anticipate, to be ready for you as a target.
Oh, I mean, everybody's got to be ready. So everybody's just got to be dialed in right there of knowing the situation. You know, you see a guy jump, and it all starts with Josh. You know, be able to see that and get the ball snapped to be able to get that free play. You know, hopefully the refs don't blow it dead or anything. So, but yeah, the receivers got to be locked in, go deep, and make a play. And it really turns into a jump ball, free play, kind of just throwing it up.